How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In the video today, I'm just gonna run down real quick everything about the BMW M Roadster and what's kind of happening with it, because I've said in multiple videos that the car is for sale and that I am trying to get rid of it. In the past, a couple months ago, or probably like last year, I was always like, I don't really see the car going anywhere. The more I think about it, the more I think it is time for that car to leave the garage. Technically, I've had the car and I've driven it for 3 seasons. So I bought the car in 2019 in September, the end of September, and I probably drove it 1,000 miles or so, maybe 2,000 miles in the end of September then. So I put a little bit of mileage early on when I got it, and it's also the first manual car that I had. And then in 2020, took it back out and drove it a couple thousand more miles, probably 4,000 miles or so. And then in 2021, the car did not see very many mileage. I ended up getting the Mustang and simply just drove the Mustang. The BMW kind of sat around in the garage. It can be something I'd occasionally take out, or I'd feel bad that it was sitting, so I would take it out because it was sitting. And if you guys don't know me, I don't really like to have my car sit. I like to drive my cars. My Mustang is my daily, so it gets a lot of driving then, and I don't like the BMW just sitting doing nothing, because for the most part, when cars don't do anything, they tend to go bad. They tend to start having issues when cars don't do anything. Now, I'm not ending up parking the car for months on end. Maybe for a month it won't be driven, and that's kind of the experience I had this summer, where it was sitting for a month and I'm like, whoa, I should probably drive this car. And right now the car is in storage. The car isn't going anywhere until all the snow is gonna go away, which it's a convertible, it makes sense. It's gonna be parked for the winter, and maybe if we end up leaving Wisconsin pretty soon, we can drive the car more. As well as that, I don't really have too much space in the garage. I have a Bronco on the way, as well as a Corvette Z06. They're probably not going to be here for a little bit, end of the year, early next year, somewhere around there. And both of the cars are probably going to come at the same time if the Corvette doesn't get delayed heavily. I don't have space for more cars to come. The BMW is sitting in the back, and it can continue to sit there even during the summers. And in the summers, when I do want to drive it, I'll just have to pull one of the cars forward, or if nothing's sitting on the side, I can take the BMW out. But the garage isn't really set up to store cars, really. You can fit one car in there, and that's pretty much the extent of it. It's mainly just like a storage garage, and it's really weird. So that's kind of the reason I'm getting rid of it. Just, it isn't being driven, there isn't enough space, and there's some other cars that are coming that are probably going to be driven more than that car. It was great for when I had it. I had a lot of fun with it, and a lot of cool experiences. Took it out to the track when I saw a Koenigsegg 1-to-1. It's been to Road America many times. I've taken it up there quite a bit. I think I've even taken it up there more than the Mustang. It's the first car I learned how to drive manual on, but I just think it's time to move on. Plus, the car is worth a little bit more than what I paid for it. If I can get out of the car a couple $1,000s positive, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna win. So I think it's proper time to let go of the BMW and maybe move on to something else. Maybe use the money for the BMW. And like I've said in the last video, if you haven't watched it, where I was talking about me potentially trading up for a Camaro ZL1 1LE or a GT500 in a couple of months from now. If I end up selling the BMW, I can end up trading up to one of those cars, and I can trade up the Mustang and have a GT500 in the garage, or have a ZL1 1LE in the garage, which are 2 pretty cool cars, and they're already supercharged from factory, so I wouldn't have to go through the headache of boosting the Mustang. Speaking of boosting the Mustang, in the next video we're going to go over the possibilities of me not getting a GT500 or a ZL1 1LE and boosting the Mustang, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that video. Also, if I don't end up trading up the Mustang, because the Mustang is my daily, I could get something like an S13 or an S14. S15s have started to come into America from what I'm seeing, so maybe even one of those. There's a lot of fun cars that can be bought in the territory with the BMW, so potentially looking to trade. I know I said the BMW doesn't get too much mileage, but one of the reasons it doesn't get mileage is because it's a small car that you honestly, only are taking out to go enjoy the car, or maybe to run a task and you're just like, I'll take the BMW because it's just a fun little car. I believe the numbers are there's only like 3,200 of them in North America. There's only about 5,500 of them made in the entire world. The clown shoe, the coupe, there's only about 3,500 of them in the entire world or something like that. Those cars are flipping for, let's say my car was a coupe. The car would probably be like $35,000 to $40,000, which is almost double when I'm looking to get out of the car. So it's definitely a car that's going to continue to appreciate if I don't end up getting rid of it this year. It's always going to be something that's going to be worth more money the longer I keep it. As much as I'm thinking of what cars I could replace it with, the car isn't sold yet. The car hasn't gone anywhere. If you're interested, DM my Instagram. I might throw it up on Bring a Trailer in a couple months from now, or another auction site, maybe Cars and Bids, and see if the car ends up meeting the reserve that I set for it. Because I know on those websites you can get a little bit of a premium, even with the auction fees and everything that goes along with that. You can end up making a couple $1,000 more out of the car because it's a nationwide search. It's not going to move, especially in the weather right now. It's January in Wisconsin, so I haven't really got too many people asking about the car, which is another reason I'm not too like getting beat up over the car not selling. I definitely want to sell it by the beginning of summer. Maybe even trade the car for like an E90 M3 or an E36 M3. The E36 is basically what this car is based off. It's an E36 chassis, it's an E36 motor, so like I said before, it doesn't have to stay German. We can go Japanese, get a proper JDM right-hand drive S1314. Silvias, I'm talking about Silvias, not the 240s. Silvias are from Japan. They're going to be right-hand drive proper cars. Like I said, if you're interested, shoot me a DM on Instagram. You guys are looking for more information. If you're genuinely trying to buy the car, message me. But that's all I have for this video. I just wanted to address that the BMW is up for sale, and don't be surprised if in the next couple of months you guys do not see any more content with that car rolling out. I'm going to be daily uploading in order to hit 100,000 subscribers before summer, so make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends and family. Leave a like on this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.